Are you looking for a thin and light laptop with good battery life? Yeah. Great media capabilities, and you just have a budget of rupees 1.5 lakhs. See, I know the obvious answer you are levitating towards, but before you make any decision, hear me out on this one. Meet the Lenovo Yoga Slim 7i Aura Edition. And now hear me out for at least 5 minutes more, and by the end of it, you will know the right answer. Cue the montage. So what I have here is the top spec of the Lenovo Yoga Slim 7i Aura Edition. It features the Intel Core Ultra 7 processor, 32GB RAM, 1TB SSD and a 15-inch IPS touchscreen panel, all for Rs 1.49 lakh. And even if you decide to go with the base model, you can upgrade the top spec CPU for just $1,000. You can also upgrade the SSD from 512 to 1TB for just 5,000 rupees. So the upgrade options are very affordable, unlike Apple, which is still charging 20,000 to upgrade your memory by a meager 8GB. Dear Apple, it is 2025 and it is no longer cool to be this greedy. But Lenovo will also prompt you to buy a bunch of add-ons before on its page. Now, my suggestion would be to simply get the extended warranty for Rs 3,000 if you're planning on getting this laptop and ignore the rest. Now, coming back to the laptop itself, one thing which really stands out about it when compared to a lot of other Windows laptops is its build quality. The chassis is made out of magnesium alloy and the internal board it features, which houses all its RAM, CPU, Wi-Fi and everything else, is just 3mm thick. Now, all these improvements put this laptop at just around 13.9mm thin. For comparison, the 15-inch MacBook Air is around 11.5mm thick and it doesn't even has fans. The MacBook Air weighs more as well, coming in at 1.51 kg, while the Slim 7i weighs just 1.46 kg. And despite being bigger and also lighter, the Slim 7i is really tough and durable. Its deck area has minimal flex and its hinge is one of the strongest I have ever seen in a 15-inch laptop. So much so that you need two hands to open the display lid. Now, for some people, opening laptop with one hand is one of the key part of the experience, but I would prefer a stronger hinge instead. Because when you're furiously typing away on your keyboard, a strong hinge really helps to keep the display steady and firmly in place. And speaking of typing, the keyboard on this laptop is straight out of a ThinkPad. And if you don't know, then let me tell you that it is one of the most comfortable keyboards to type on. The keys are mellow, they have good key travel of 1.5mm and are also very silent. Now, in terms of I/O, you have an HDMI 2.1, a Thunderbolt 4 port, a 3.5mm audio jack on the left side. You also get a Type A port, another Thunderbolt 4 port and a camera shutter on the right side. Now, one thing which I think is a design problem in the Slim 7i is the placement of the power button right over here. Because many times while I'm grabbing the laptop in my hands, I accidentally press it. Sometimes if I'm keeping the laptop in the backpack with the power button face down, it also gets pressed accidentally. So the power button should be on the keyboard or on the deck and not anywhere else. Now, I'm pretty sure that Lenovo knows this, which is why they have made the speakers stop firing, allowing you to easily keep this laptop on soft surfaces and still enjoy watching your videos. And you will enjoy your movies because the speaker quality is very good. The volume is loud, the bass is nice, and here's how they sound. Now, the Lenovo Yoga Slim 7i Aura's display pretty much steals the spotlight with its 15.3-inch IPS touchscreen and a sweet 2.8K resolution. Add to that 120Hz refresh rate and things look ultra smooth. Perfect for flipping through spreadsheets or even playing your favorite indie game. Now, the panel steps it up with HDR 400 certification and near 100% DCI-P3 coverage, so colors pop off the screen like a bag of Skittles. Brightness hits about 509 nits and it gives you enough punch to stay clear even when in well-lit rooms. Now, the contrast hovers around 1599:1, which means you get deep blacks and crisp highlights without much fuss. Now, the factory calibration on this device keeps colors on point and right off the box, saving you the hassle of trying to tune this display yourself. Now, with all that said, what are the downsides? The glossy finish can double as a mirror outside, and even when working inside, you can see your hands on the screen while typing. So some form of nano texture coating should be offered here, at least for those who want it. The Yoga Slim 7i Aura Edition doesn't just talk the talk on efficiency, it shows it in hard numbers. Its power draw sits at around 4 watt at idle, and meanwhile the overall average power consumption under stress remains around 30 to 35 watts, which is pretty amazing. Its battery life can be pretty impressive too. PC Mark 10 Extended shows 16 hours of battery backup, but I still wanted a more real life experience, so I took it on my trip as my daily driver, and initially I was hitting around only 4 to 5 hours of screen on time during the first week, with a noticeable battery drain happening behind the scene. But after a few driver updates, things improved dramatically, jumping to around 12 hours of screen on time. Still, that background drain issue stuck around. So even though the new Intel chip and the 70 watt hour battery have pumped out great raw battery life figures, there's still definitely some lingering battery drain happening behind the scenes. Now, when it comes to performance, the Slim 7i marks one of the biggest achievements in Windows laptops because it performs same when plugged in and when it is running on battery power. Here's the proof. Here are a bunch of AAA games, and the Slim 7i Aura Edition delivers exactly the same performance when it's plugged in versus when it's running on battery. Each game is getting around 40 FPS running at 1200p medium settings. And while running indie titles like Death's Door and Hades, the performance is even more amazing, allowing the games to run at native 1800p resolution with high graphics settings and still delivering playable frame rate. Now, delivering the same performance on battery power was something x86 CPUs like Intel and AMD have struggled in the past. But with the advent of the new chips from both Team Red and Blue, they can now go head to head against the ARM chips from Qualcomm without facing any compatibility issues on top of it. Moreover, in terms of productivity, the Intel Core Ultra Series 2 performs great. It does fall short when compared to AMD and Qualcomm's new chip, but not by much. Now, in terms of overall CPU performance as well, the Core Ultra 7 268V is one of the weakest in terms of multi-core capabilities, but it manages to deliver really amazing single-core performance. And when you think about it, in a thinner light form factor like this, efficiency and silent operations matter more compared to outright performance. Which is why during my 2 weeks with this laptop, I hardly ever heard the fan spun up loudly, which is again very nice. So my conclusion is this. Being forced to buy a MacBook Air because you want a laptop with high battery life and good on-battery performance is a thing of the past. The new Intel chip and the new AMD chip continue to prove their capabilities. And the Lenovo Yoga Slim 7i Aura Edition is a shining example of this. A well-built laptop, a well-equipped laptop which is delivering great on-the-go performance and reliable battery life. For Rs 1.49 lakh, I highly recommend it, and if this is a sign for things to come in 2025, then I am pretty excited. That was it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Yatnesh Dubey and I will see you guys next time.